Oh.
So we're recording, and yeah, we want this to be as interactive as possible. Yeah, we figured we'd take a second to evaluate what we've been doing, make sure everyone is on the same page, give you a chance to ask, questions on anything so far, or any problems that you've been having. Talk about things that are working, talk about things that you're having some difficulty with, and how we can find solutions for it. And then also we're going to evaluate I was just going through some of your pages just to see the progress you guys are making. I'm going to go through everyone's that's on the call right now. And then we can kind of correct some stuff, and yeah, just really crank down on the activities that we're having, right? Because it's all about amplifying the activity. Like you get it down, right? The strategy is in place, and then you want to like accelerate things. Sometimes it's just a matter of we're not taking enough action. We're not showing enough people the products or the services or the system, right? So that might be the problem for some of you guys, and we're going to evaluate those numbers, right? So floor is open though. Any questions at all? Any questions that you guys have that with anything that's not making sense? Anything you're having difficulty, please feel free.
I myself am having a little bit of difficulty because once I start the engagement with somebody and then bringing it into, I guess you could say bringing it into the connection to the water, like the connection to the actual videos, like that, the connection to the videos versus how you're connecting it from using that, the form and going into there and then bringing the form to sending the link, right? And then once you've gone, like there's the two parts that I'm kind of stumbling with is connecting the form to the links, and then from the links to the you guys kind of deal to the 525, right?
Yeah, for sure. So just to make sure we clarifying your question, essentially the transition going from the regular everyday conversation to now, let's actually talk about the opportunity. Let's talk about how this can actually benefit you. That's essentially what your question is about, correct?
Yeah. Like you've gone through the family, or the not family, and just seeing what's up and caught base. Cause like I'm reconnecting with about like 3,000 Facebook friends, right? So little by little, I'm going through and just kind of like hitting them up on their I'm doing the birthdays and then connecting them in their DM directly. Cause that way it's engaging, and I take like 2 seconds, scroll the 2 weeks of their stuff and see what they've been up to. Okay, yeah, your dog died. I mean, there's no sense in me, which I did by accident, is I messaged somebody that was dead, and I was like, oh, well, that's not going to help them. Remove, right? Like it's you got to kind of look through and see what's going on, and then I message them, chat them up, see what's happening, and then it's that transition.
Okay. So my first question before I really dive into the answer is going to be about the conversations that you're having. Are you able to pinpoint the pain points that said individual or lead is having, whether it's with the product health-wise or business-wise?
Mostly it's like, because I still know a lot about them. It'd be, if it's the business-wise, where it's like, yeah, just struggling, I'm about to go to my next job, or I've got to go to my part-time job, or I'm going to my work or something like that, or my gosh, my kids cost me so much, all they need is this. So like finding the pain points of money, and then also finding if it's like a health stuff you can see on their Facebook. I find a lot more than actually asking them about, hey, how's your health? Like you can see, oh yeah, because people post like I was in the hospital here or blah, 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 and be like, hey, so how are you feeling since then? Kind of deal, right? So I find that, yeah, I know what pain points to go for, if it's going to be business or if it's going to be product value.
Okay, awesome. All right, so once the pain point has been established, that transition is the focus is going to be on helping them solve the problem of the pain, right? So for example, until you actually hear them say, hey, listen, like, work sucks and I'm not happy, I have to take a second job, I'm tired of doing this. Like once you hear those, whether it's family, I'm not spending enough time with my family, or whether it's occupation, like, you know what, I love playing music, but to be honest, I haven't really had the time to do it. I haven't picked up the sticks in over 2 years because I haven't been able to. Work and life has just gotten in the way. Once you have those pain points, what you need to do is establish that you have a solution for them, right? So normally once I have the conversation and it's like I have just based on what they've told me, I've gathered that I can help them. I literally say, hey, listen, I think I have something that might be able to benefit you. Or hey, listen, I think I have this project that I'm working on that will be an amazing solution, right? If you're, and then my first question is, are you open-minded, right? Are you somebody who's open to learning more about it, right? Would you be interested if I shared some more information, right? Josh, what's your take on your transition?
Like transitioning from basically
The
form into, it depends. Yeah, if we're talking about money, right? If like maybe there's the pain point is money, they're not making enough money or anything like that, or they're overworking, for example, maybe working too many jobs, spending all their time working, then it's usually I just use the if I would you transition, right?
Yeah.
For the most part, I might do some variations of that, but usually I just say once I find that pain point there, I say if I showed you how you could not have to work, you know what I mean? Those two jobs, you could quit one of those jobs or not spend as much time working, right? Would you be open to checking out some information, some cool information? If I would you always is a nice way to transition.
Also a key to, because the way that it like we have it structured is like, are you open-minded? Yes, I'm open-minded. And then what you want to do is you want to dive into the story, right? Dive into your personal experience that you've been where they're at. Listen, I've been there, or I'm currently there. I'm working 2 jobs and I'm frustrated as well, right? But listen, I found a solution, right? I found something that's helping me and giving me the ability to look towards my future. Now I have my passions. I'm excited because one day I'm going to be able to pick up those drumsticks again, or whatever it is, right? One day I'm going to be able to spend that time with my family. And because you're going from in your story, you're going from a place of you're bridging the gap, right? You're showing them that, hey, this is where we are. We're on Hell Island, quote unquote. We're frustrated. We're upset, right? We want to get to Heaven Island, right? And right now I'm on the path. I'm going to Heaven Island. So do you want to come with me, right? But it only works if you're able to find the pain, right? From there, you have your story, and then you say, if I would you, right? You drop that right in there. So if I have 2 short videos, or I have 3 videos that are going to explain this thing to you top to bottom.
Okay.
Right? And that copy and paste that's in there. And then it works the same with the group as well, right? Once they've watched those videos, the first series of questions is, number 1, what was your biggest takeaway? Right, what was your biggest takeaway? And then what you want to do is you want to build rapport around that. Like if they say, oh, I was blown away by how much commissions we get paid, this company pays out. Exactly. You agree with them. Exactly. It was the craziest thing ever. And then you, again, story, right? So your story is going to be, it's going to be what allows you to bridge the gap for people, right? And allow you to take them from that place of, I'm frustrated, I have a problem, but I don't know what my solution is. So now I see that you have the same problem as me and you found a solution. So therefore, I think I want to try, right? Which is how a lot of remedies actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And basically, right after is that how long you're waiting before you ask? Like you're gonna say you're gonna give them that deadline of, so you think you can watch these by, like tomorrow or?
Nah, so actually what I do once I send the videos, I let them know like, hey, so the videos I send one video, the video's 10 minutes long, right? You're going to learn X, Y, Z. I normally have 3 points that I give them, that these are the 3 things that you're going to get from this video. And then from there, it's like, when do you think you'll be able to watch the video? It's 10 minutes long, right? And they're going to give you the time, right? Because you don't want to apply pressure like, watch it tonight, watch it tomorrow. Right? When are you going to be able to watch the video? If it's somebody who's serious and excited, they're going to be like, I'm going to watch it right now. Or they'll be like, I'm at work, so I'll watch it once I get home. right? And then you do a second confirmation. Okay, that's awesome. So if I reached out to you the next day, right? If they're gonna watch it tonight, so if I reached out to you tomorrow morning, you would have had those videos complete. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So I'm gonna reach out to you tomorrow. It'll be at 10 a.m. Right? Put that in your schedule. I'll have that in my schedule. Right. And then what we'll do is we'll touch base on everything. And then you also wanna put the thought in their mind that they're going to look for their favorite part before they watch the video. Right. And the reason why I do that is because it opens the mind up to think about what's good throughout the whole presentation from the start to the finish. Whereas if you don't set that pre-frame up that, hey, at the end of this call, we're just going to touch base and I just want to see what your favorite part was, right? Or at the end of you watching that video, after you're done watching the video, we'll just touch back. I just want to see what your favorite part was or what stood out to you the most, right? And then when you do that, if you don't do that, what happens is they're going to go through the video and their frame of mind, whatever their frame of mind is going to be either helping them or hurting them, right? So I don't like to leave that up to chance. I like to put them into a certain state prior to them actually watching the video, right? I want to put them in a state of excitement, put them in a state of they're going to look forward to something. And that allows that transition to work smoothly, both for the videos as well for the group, as well as for bringing them over to us, right? After they watch the videos, you just edify either Josh or me and let them. I have two gentlemen that have been doing amazing, or even Marie. I have a group who's been crushing it. We're out here doing some amazing things. I know you have a bunch of questions that you want answered. I can actually put you in contact with some amazing professionals who do this full time, right? And then from there, put us in a group chat and then we take it over from there. And then you do that if I would you, right? The process is the same. If I would you tell your story, are you open? Or are you open? You tell your story, if I would you.
Yeah, it's that edifying, I think, is when you're basically following up with the questions that are read. Like, so what was your favorite part about the video?
Exactly.
And did you have it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 100%.
And the way like you just showed them was more so getting a time that they would have prospect would have watched the video by. That's obviously really, really good. Definitely you want to get those timelines, that way you can follow up and they're telling you basically when, right? I also like to do it because there's 2 or 3 videos depending on what they're interested in, and I like to do a play-by-play. So I literally say, let me know when you're ready. Like I excite them. I got the pain points. I ask them if I would you. They're excited. They're like, yes. And I say, I have 3 awesome videos if they're looking for the opportunity. And then I say, let me know when you're ready, and I will send the first one, right, for you to watch. I let them know that it's super, super short, right? So they usually say, okay, I'm ready. Send the first one. They're excited. They hit me. I say, watch it. Let me know. They watch it. They let me know if they're done. Send the second video. So I literally do it like in real time. I see that because you're in an excitement, they're in an excited state. So I like to keep that there. And sometimes they're not ready to watch the video yet. So I say, let me know when you're ready. And sometimes maybe even a day will go by and then they hit me back and say, I'm ready. So I send it to them. So those are two different ways. Both ways work well. I've tried both, closed, multiple deals with both of those ways. But you always want to get a time, or like you ask them, put them in control, or they feel that they're in control, right?
Okay. And then you're sending them the first 1 minute and then the 10-10, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's where my problem was, is that I'm basically looking at, I wasn't getting a time to follow up.
Yes.
That's where because I'm now looking at, like, I got like 60 chats and I'm just like, I watch, I know what's going on. And I haven't confirmed that a place for them to come back to me, right? Like for me to follow up with them. So now I'm just like, I wonder if I should bother them now. Like, should I knock? No, I'll just wait. And now I've got this list of people that are they've got 1, 2, 3 now. And it's like, okay, so I'll just wait for them to contact me. I'm like, no, but I don't want to go annoy them, right? So that's what my problem was. So thank you.
Definitely. And it's actually really awesome that you brought that up as well, because with the follow-up, Josh has this phenomenal copy and paste that he actually showed me, and it works tremendously. Like tremendously. Like it's ridiculous how it. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, see, like the follow-up, you'll find out that a lot of your sales will come from following up. Some of your sales, people just be like, I want it, sign me up, whatever. But majority of your sales will actually come from following up. And I'll tell you this: people want to be followed up. Trust me, people want to be followed up. It just has to be done the right way, right? Where it's exciting for you and it's exciting and encouraging for them, right? So we're in a power position with this opportunity. We have something that will help people. We have something that people need and want, right? You have to kind of wrap your head around that, because otherwise you'll feel like, oh, I'm bugging people or I'm chasing them. No, right? Nee told me about this opportunity. I thank him almost every other day for getting me in. So we have something that people want. Know that. And you want to maintain that posture in your follow-up. You always want to maintain that posture of, I have something special for somebody. It's almost like you have a gift that you give people, right? And they're excited to receive it. So when you go to do your follow-up, I don't think I have this in the group yet. I'll put that in the group. But it's basically a few things. Number one is enthusiasm. Yeah, right? You're excited, you're enthusiastic about what you're doing. Number two is results. Number three is you're busy and successful. So excitement, results, you're busy and successful. And then number four is you want to help them. So you're showing them that you genuinely want to help them. And those four parts are all in my follow-up approach system. And so when you do it that way, they're happy, they're excited, right? They're like, oh, thank you for following up, or okay, I'm gonna watch that. Sometimes they even confess, like, oh man, I was busy with this, or I had these hurdles. Thank you so much for following up. They watch the videos, or they watch whatever it is, and you're back in, and you can go from there. So especially you, Michelle, with all your 60 leads that you have, you might have to use that approach. I know I've been working a little bit one-on-one with Bence. It's working really well. Because of that system, I have a call with one of his referrals tomorrow, right? They wanted to do it today. Today was a little too crazy. So we're doing it tomorrow. But this works, right? Bence has been talking to different people for a while, and now we're actually getting these leads coming in, right? So I'll put that in the group chat. I'll find that, throw it in there, and then you guys can start leveraging it. It's very, very simple. But I just wanted you guys to have that mindset behind it. You have something that people want. I literally just showed Nee something right before this call. There's a guy I've been talking to. He's not in the business yet, but trust me, he will be in the business. This play-by-play works, right? It's a combination, again, of enthusiasm, results. You're busy and successful, but you care. The fusion of those four things, you have an awesome experience when you follow up. And again, your prospects will be excited to, and also will have a lot of confidence in you. Because sometimes you feel, oh, I shouldn't follow up because, I don't want to bother them. No. When you follow up effectively, I call it dangling the carrot. It's almost like it's almost like you're dealing with a rabbit and you're dangling a fruit or a carrot in front of it, and it's going to want to bite. It's going to want to eat it, right? It's going to be excited to come back and almost like having dinner. Mm-hmm. So I'll put that in the group chat, and just understand that people want to be followed up.
I just got a full vegetable garden out there, and the veggies are going to get rotten soon if I don't start dangling.
Exactly.
The whole vegetable garden's out there.
100%.
So 100%. It's like you got to bring them back in, right?
Bring them back in, and a lot of people are waiting for you to do that. Sometimes you be thinking, oh, I don't want to follow up with them because I'm bugging them, and they're thinking, oh, she's not serious. I'm telling you, it must not be legit, or she's you lose credibility actually when start to change your programming, right? Your thought process. Yeah. You actually lose credibility when you don't follow up effectively. Yeah. Right? When you don't follow up effectively, you lose credibility. You just let it hang. They'll be like, "Oh, she's not really serious, I guess." Huh?
That's why I'm still like coming. Like I just don't want to. I'll go and like stuff on their pages and stuff, but I just haven't gone back to that PM, right? I haven't gone.
Yeah, and sometimes there's different variations.
I've been busy.
Yeah, but it's basically like you apologize, because remember I talked in the group chat about being. It's about being. So
Yeah.
you all need to put yourselves in the position of someone that's a successful business owner with us, right? You're a 4A, you're a 6A, whatever it is. Put yourself in that position. How will you talk to people that are interested, that you've been talking to, right? You're not going to be chasing them and, oh, did you watch the link? Did you watch the link? That's the wrong way to do it. Did you watch the link? You're chasing now, right? But if you apologize right at the beginning for not even messaging them, immediately you're in that posture of, right, it's in your hands, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people like that. They respond positively to that rather than you say, did you watch the link? Oh, now it's all about you. You're chasing me. You want me to watch this link. See how that, just the simple change of words, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll go, you notice that'll go a long way for you guys when you follow up, and it'll be a lot more exciting when you do that. I always do that. I don't reinvent the wheel. It's been working very, very well. And actually I got that from top-notch people in the industry that use it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
100%. There any other questions? There is a question that was in the that got sent to me.
Okay.
Serge is on the call now. So Serge had a question, and his question was about the content. So I'll just read it off real quick, and then obviously this is not to pick on anybody or anything like that. We're just answering the questions that have been asked. But he's like, I'm consistently posting content on my page, but it feels like things are not moving forward. Why? And so when we went to his page and we looked, a lot of the stuff that was being posted were shared posts, right? Shared posts of the product, shared posts of the business opportunity, shared posts of results, which is phenomenal. So first and foremost, Serge, we want to say massive congratulations for taking action. What we want to do is help you take this a step further. So I know I answered your question with a voice note, but again, I just want to elaborate it in person. And then obviously, if you have any more, you can definitely spitball off the top. But in regards to content, the most powerful form of content is going to be your story, your mission, the journey of discovery that you're on, right? And the reason why is because it gives you the opportunity to provide the highest form of value that you can give an individual, right? Somebody's going through pain, somebody's going through struggle, somebody's going through something, right? And even if it's not your story, if it's somebody else's story, and you share that story, you're able to build rapport, you're able to resonate with people, and you'll actually have people reaching out to you for more information, because what you've done is you've actually taken them on that journey of discovery from Hell Island to Heaven Island based on the epiphany bridge that you're giving them through your story, right? So what I mean by that is, if you have a post to do with the product that you're going to share, right, you need to add a story to it. You got to provide some form of context behind why this post is important, why you're sharing this post, whether you're doing it in a group, whether you're doing it on your page. And the reason why is because, number one, everybody's different. We can all share the same post, right? But the results are going to differ because of the people that are on there. But the moment you add story to it, the moment you add context, for example, one of the posts that Serge actually shared with me was a child holding the SD501. Let me see if I can even pull it out. Or the JR4. Okay, so this photo, can you guys see this photo right here? Okay, so that photo right there, right, has so many underlying meanings, right? Number one, you have a beautiful little girl who's holding on to the JR4, right? So you can talk about the power of making sure that children have the best quality of water possible, right? Another thing is, this person is also, it looks like they're in a third world country, right? So you can talk about how this machine is changing lives in third world countries, right? You could talk about the power of how this technology is inspiring you to see the world differently. You have to add some form of context. It's not enough to just click share and expect that people are just going to reach out to you for more information or be attracted to what it is that you're marketing, because everybody's audience is going to be slightly different. So yeah, Josh, you want to touch on a little bit of that? Posting content, consistently posting content, whether it's in groups or on their page, but it doesn't seem like you're generating leads.
Right. And well, my first question would be: are you adding leads daily to your page? And if you are doing that, sometimes it will take a little bit of time too, right? You might post and nothing will happen, but if you're continuously posting, and again, you want to post content that is attractive, right? You want to post content that is organic and authentic. And we can talk about that. If you're having problems with the best content to post, just let's talk about it. You can message us and stuff like that, and we can give you stuff. There's tons of stuff. But like Nee said, that the picture of the child with the machine. If you go into even the Race to 6A group chat, there's tons of different photos and pictures in there. The Elixir of Life, if you go to Instagram, hashtag Enagic, beautiful photos. I know, Aaron, you had a photo. What was it about? It was amazing. It was about water. I have to go to your page. I think I saved it even. But just things that will get people to think. Something that appeals to you. Something that a photo that you like will probably. No, not that one. It was like so both of us. This one. Yeah, show them that photo. That's a cool photo. A guy in a swimming pool, it looks like, with staring at his wheelchair. So it's almost like he was in a wheelchair and now he's able to stand. It has a nice quote. What does it say? The power of water. Mm-hmm. The most beautiful photo you'll see today. And there's a nice quote. I don't know, Aaron, I don't know where if you just made that yourself, like the quote itself, but it's like, water is more important than you think. Brain symbol. Most of your body is water. The fact is over 60% of your body is water. You need to drink the best water you can get your hands on. What kind of water do you drink? I mean, that's high level stuff. That got some interaction. Right? So all you're literally having to do now, Aaron, would be to message those people. Hey, how are you doing? That's exactly what I would do. And I've done that with several people that commented on my rank up posts. There's leads everywhere, guys. If anyone's liking your stuff, you can talk to them, and a lot of times it will lead to what you're doing, right? So yeah, you want to post, and go on our page, go on people's pages and see stuff that you like, right? There's a lot of us in the group, and test stuff out, right? Test stuff out. You can run stuff by us. We'll help you make sure it's nice before you post it, and then that way when you post, it's something that's going to attract. When it comes to rank up posts, trust me, you want to share them, but when you share them, type a nice spiel on there, or you know what I mean? Type a nice spiel on there of what it means to you to be part of the team. It's so awesome having results, right? And just seeing so many people winning, you know what I mean? Just leverage other people's success, and you will start to generate interest over time as you continue to do that. As you're adding more leads, quality leads, you will start getting engagement. And again, if anyone even likes your picture, your photo, you can always message them privately and just ask them how are they doing. Don't even start talking about business right away. How are you doing? What do you do for work? These are like common questions that I ask. Where are you located? And then we start talking. I want to see his page for a second. I didn't look at his. Is his? Yeah. Let's see the page and just like kind of like. Katie, I already looked at yours. Fire. Your page looks fire. I see your leads. You're adding them. Like looks super good. Okay. Is this Serge's page? Bro, but he's getting engagement. Go. Oh, okay. So let me see that. Let me just see some of that. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so just random stuff there.
Yeah. Serge, which one is
Yeah, there's like 2 pages.
Yeah,
we want to know which one's yours.
The most on your page.
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
Oh, I think you should be posting in groups. You just have to unmute.
Yeah, unmute yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
It's all right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, they both mine. I'm using the one I'm using right now. Is the one when I'm in a car. Like okay. I got like a daughter like in my back. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the one. So I'm in there. Let me just say yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so that's the one. Okay. So, and how
Yeah.
many followers does he have?
550.
550. How many did you have? How many followers did you have like a month ago? Have you always had 500 or what's your?
Month ago, yeah, it was more or less because from this time on, I'm adding people like I'm constantly like every day. I have to add like 80 or 90 people.
Okay,
Like
good.
that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, you want to track your progress. Track your progress because you should know. Okay, so like 2 weeks ago, how many people did you have? You know? How many?
That's what I'm doing. So as right now, it is kind of getting on hundreds. I didn't count yet because I'm doing it like crazy. Like these times, I don't even count. I'm just getting on people like get it, and we chat after. I'm having I got some people who's like they coming back to me like some TEDx in the TEDx group.
Yeah, and
I've got some guys who came up. Yeah, they came up and then we chatting and then I just. It's gradually. I don't want to go straight to the business, like just how you said it. I just want to, just have to,
just keep. Yeah, I would say keep being consistent, but you want to track your progress. Track your progress. Like you don't have to know for like down to a T, like down to the number how many people, but you want to have a rough. Like for me, I know like I have 4,300 and something. I know right now that I have 4,300 and something friends. So as I add more, I'll see the number go to 44 and 45, and I know I'm making progress, right? So you want to track 500 now. In a week's time, you should kind of see some differences. If you're adding that many people, it should be 550, 600, If you're not seeing that, then we have to look at what's happening, right? But
then, one thing that I did
basically, I just gotta like keep on just adding them.
Yeah, keep adding them, but you also want to add content on your page, right? Because as I scroll just on your page, I know you said you're posting content into groups as well. Now, it's super important that content is on the page because when you post in a group, what's going to happen is people are going to click on your name and they're going to go to your page and they're going to spy on you, see what you're about.
Yeah.
Right. And so if you have content on your page that they can scroll through and see that, okay, maybe you're sharing your story, right? You're talking about an adventure that you went on. Maybe there's a photo of you hanging out with the guys or hanging with some friends and you're showing some lifestyle. Maybe you have you on the computer. Maybe you have a screenshot of us on a call like this and you have that all on your page. It gives people a glimpse of your life before they've even messaged you.
Yeah.
Right. And then that way you allow the algorithm to actually work for you.
Yeah, that's definitely huge. Like I'm looking at my page now. You guys can all go there, but like I'm starting to post a lot more on the page, right? I have something that was just I thought about. I was like, your network is your net worth, right? Read that again. And I got some interactions on there. I'm still having to go through and see who liked it, and I'll message them personally. I do that. I was at the Enagic office. I got tagged in something, right? It's on there. You know what I mean? Another post about the COVID-19, the restrictions ending for the mask. You know what I mean? I have a rank up. I have someone that I added. So, there's a bunch of different things on there. Someone shared a quote that I posted in the group chat, right? And I shared it. You know what I mean? So you want to diversify. Talk about things that you like personally, other things, just your lifestyle, what you're doing. Maybe your family, just but you want some content on there that is attractive so that people can engage and then you can obviously message them privately, right?
And photos of yourself is going to be vital. Like Facebook, just human beings in general, because of the internet, we engage with faces, right?
Yeah, faces.
We like seeing eyes, we like seeing smiles. Yeah. And so when you take a selfie, it's okay to take selfies. It's massive for your business because it makes you relatable and it helps you build rapport literally just through your photo.
Yeah.
Right? So photos of yourself, photos of lifestyle stuff, photos of the community,
just hanging out, like those are all. It makes you a real person.
A real person.
That's how this social media works. The more real you are, the more people see you. That this guy has connections, has friends, has interactions, whatever. It has value. The more engagement you will get, right? So, and then also, I even changed mine. But like when you go to your page, it's cool if you have like for the occupation or whatever, for the, I guess it should be like the buyer, right?
Yeah.
I got this literally from Nee. I looked at Nee's bio and I'm like, wow, I like that. I like that. When you go to his page right away, you see what it says, something about helping people with financial freedom, and right? So if a random lead comes to his page, they see a professional photo, they see like this guy's going places. You understand? So they're attracted to that, right? So you want to start to mirror that, mimic that on your page. If you don't like your profile pic, change it to something that's more recent, more attractive. You know what I mean? Just look at your page and compare it to our pages, and start to change and have them look very, very similar to our pages. Right? That would be a good thing. Obviously, add your own take on it, but yeah, have them. I literally adjusted mine like 2 weeks ago. Put a different profile pic, and I'm getting more interactions just based on that alone. It's crazy, right?
It works.
It definitely works.
It works.
Okay.
So there was another question that came up, Joshua's story. I know we're going to talk a little bit about this a little more later on. But in terms of content creation, so how do I create content? Let me see if I can actually pull up the exact question just so I don't misshoot.
Content creation.
Yeah.
It's like just as in like what to.
Yeah, wanting to create more content. How do I go about creating more content? Yeah, in terms of video. So I know Mr. Cash Flow himself, Aaron, does an amazing job with his Go Lives, educating and inspiring people. And I know obviously you have a framework that you use every time you go online, right? Yeah, and so when it comes to content is going to be all based on framework, right? I don't know, Aaron, do you want to share a little bit about your process and what you've been doing to make your Go Lives
fire.
As hype as they have?
So fire, man.
Yeah, I know that when I first started doing my lives, I can't say way back in the day because it was only like 2 years ago. I think it was like 2 years ago, but I got a reminder a couple like a month ago or so of a live, like when you get those reminders of like 2 years ago or whatever, and I watched it, and I almost, like, not literally, but I almost shit my pants. I'm like, I freaking sounded like that. I can't believe that I actually sounded like that when I did it. There was no eye contact, no tone of voice change. I was, like, it was ridiculous. It was crazy. But then the more I did it, the better I got. And when it comes with anything in general, whenever you do a video, whether it's on your phone, or I do all my videos on my phone. I don't do them on my laptop at all. I have like 5 different stands that I use. I don't actually use them all. I mainly use this one. But I just do it on my phone, and I make sure I'm looking at the camera. And then if there's sometimes when I need a big thing that I tend to do, that I used to do, is I used to look at my notebook of what I wanted to say. But now what I have is I have a I can't think of the T word. Teleprompter. That's it. Yeah, I have a teleprompter on my phone that I don't do it word by word though, unless it's a specific video. I just have like 3 different things on there, and I go over those 3 different things. And normally my lives are not longer than 5 minutes because people's attention spans are very, very short. And I remember watching a video, and a guy told me with his with his YouTube videos, when I got to 5 minutes, it tended to decrease the amount of viewers. So that's why I normally only do my videos for 5 minutes. So then I normally pick like 2 or 3 different topics and talk about them for like 1 or 2 minutes, and that's it. Another thing that I do is I always start off my video the same exact way. That's another thing I do. I normally just start out my video saying, "Hi everyone, my name is Aaron, also known as the Master of Cash Flow," or something like that. Because I call myself the Master of Cash Flow because I have the domain, themasterofcashflow.com. So that's why I call myself the Master of Cash Flow. And then that's normally how I start my videos. And then, like I said, I come up with something. I know this Sunday will be the third week. So 4 weeks ago, I came up with like 3 small little topics, but I wanted to go more in depth with those topics, but I couldn't because of the 5-minute mark that I have on myself. So then I said to myself, I'm like, hey, I got my next 3 weeks covered on my Facebook Lives. I'm just going to go a little bit more in depth of those 3 topics. So then I had 4 weeks of Facebook Lives good to go. And normally I just do one Facebook Live a week because most people don't do Facebook Lives like at all, except for if I do some random activity. I might do a random Facebook Live just for kicks and giggles, but normally those would be more in the afternoon. And then I just said to I keep to my schedule. I have a set schedule my whole week for Facebook for my different posts and stuff, and Sundays is normally my live. And I'm trying to play with the times. I know there was one time when I did my Facebook Live more like towards like 4 or 5, but then I did one towards like 6:37, and it seemed like I got more views when I got to 6:37, even though I thought I would get less because there's only 3 minutes or 3 hours of time of people until they go to bed, but still I got more views, it seemed like, when I did my Facebook Lives around that time versus if I did them in the afternoon. So, but with lives, just keep doing them. The more you do it, the better you'll get. That's how everything is. And another big thing that I'm not doing right now, obviously, because I'm looking at you, Nee, if that's how to say your name. Look at the camera. Don't look at yourself on the freaking screen. You look freaking weird when you look at yourself on the screen. I've done that before, and I'm like, why? It's just learning experience. You don't want to look at yourself. You want to look at what the camera is.
Definitely. I appreciate you so much for sharing. We know you've been crushing it when it comes to your lives and your content in general. I know we also got some TikTokers out here. We might talk about.
I'm trying to get onto TikTok, man.
We'll definitely talk a little bit about that for sure. And so just to dive in a little bit deeper, appreciate you, Aaron, for sharing. When it comes to your content that you want to create, one thing just to make the process super simple, because I know a lot of the times it's like, what do I talk about? What do I post about? Well, right now, every day, everybody should be listening to Your Wish is Your Command.
Yeah.
Right? Every day you should be listening to Your Wish is Your Command. And in that audio, over the course of 1 hour, what I would recommend is if there is one concept or topic or a quote or something that resonates with you, write it down, and you can have a list of all of that, right? And those can be your topics. Expand on those things, because again, a lot of the things that are shared in Your Wish is Your Command, people don't have that information, right? And so you're not plagiarizing and going word for word, trying to copy, write out, teleprompt Your Wish is Your Command. But what you're doing is just elaborating on ideas based on your perspective, based on the things that you've seen in your life. And then it really brings that to life. And so if you have that as a resource, because you can do that with all your personal development books, all your podcasts, everything that you are taking in should be something that you should also think about, what can I give back? If I'm going to listen to this podcast for an hour, what can I take from this that I can give back to somebody else? And that'll help tremendously when it comes to content, in terms of your lives, right? In terms of your copy that you post. And now, obviously, we can dive and transition a little more into TikTok and talk a little bit about generating leads through like your Instagram. I know Katie, Nat, and Sid are huge when it comes to doing reels, right? So they're huge on reels. And then I know Marie, as well as Aaron. Aaron's also about it when it comes to TikTok. I saw that one that you posted with the cash on the paper. What was that? I think it was like cash flow is the way or something like that.
I don't think I saw that one.
And it was like he was just removing the back paper. I was like, I'm waiting to read what's next.
happening?
Like, nah, cash flow is the way. That's all you need.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so maybe you guys share a little bit about your results on TikTok, and then Katie, if you can talk a little bit about what's happening on Instagram, because I know people are curious in the community, right? I know people want to explore these ideas, right? So we want to, again, give you guys the opportunity to learn from the people who are doing it the best in our community, right? So maybe we can start. We'll give Marie a chance to speak. I know she's new on the call, so we can get a little bit of her expertise. And then after that, Katie, if you're okay to dive in a little bit, we can talk a little bit about the reels and the stuff that you've got going on.
Hey, yeah, TikTok is my jam, really. Facebook, not so much, but I'm trying to learn from you guys to maximize Facebook. My biggest advice when it comes to TikTok is keep in mind it's either education or entertainment. So, like a lot of people, when I say that I've built up quite a following over there, think that I dance or something. I'm not a dancer. I am a water nerd. I have built 22,000 people only about talking about water. So my entire platform over there has been largely kicking bottled water in the pants. I went viral a couple of times for some Google information about Nestle, about Coca-Cola, that sort of thing. My biggest advice is if you're trying to hit TikTok and you're trying to get some attention, is try to shock them. Find something that maybe you think everybody knows, but they actually don't. There's 5 billion people on TikTok. Find something that's shocking. That's how I did it anyway. So it's just, I mean, you can try dancing. You got to be good. But if you can shock them, like I think, what was my first, I don't know, Michelle, if you remember, there's a couple of mine that went pretty viral for Nestle.
Your
But
Hey Googles. You had your Hey
yeah,
Google.
I was using my Hey Google, and I was just, because that's how I was kind of hopefully protecting myself. It was, I wasn't saying it, Google was. So I was just asking Google the right questions. But like, I mean, there's some pretty shocking statistics that she's spitting out. So yeah, so my whole rule on TikTok is 80% problem, 20% solution. So I'm calling a lot of attention to bottled water, to low quality water. I've started calling bottled water plastic water, and tap water is chemical water. So are you drinking plastic water? Or are you drinking chemical water? Oh, well, what do you mean? Well, those are pretty low quality waters. Did you know, right? So I'm doing a lot, at least on TikTok, with 80%, problem, 20% solution. So the 80% problem gets me a lot of followers. The 20% solution gets me a lot of hand raisers. I've probably done maybe 20 deals over there.
Wait, sorry, you said you've done how many deals?
20.
Probably about 20.
20 sales from TikTok.
Yeah, that's my main audience. That's like, I'll move them over to Facebook.
Wait.
So yeah, a lot of my TikTok.
You
Hey,
said training on TikTok, man. You did 20 sales off of TikTok.
yeah, and people think that it's all kids. Number one, I'm not the only adult on TikTok. And my first sale was a 16-year-old named Ari, I can't remember, Ari something, from Washington. And he was 16. I ended up on a sales call with both of his parents, both scientists. One's a research scientist and one's a lab scientist. He was like a dog with a bone. His parents were my first sale on TikTok. I still talk to them like all the time. But yeah, I've done, and now what I'll do with TikTok a lot, like if you're going to go over there, is you're building that relationship. Try to move them into Facebook, because Facebook is that, hey, we're friends now thing, right? TikTok is kind of like, oh,
Yeah,
we're all part of the same community, right? But I'm giving out my phone number. I'm moving them over to Facebook, moving them into my little group, just kind of building that relationship. But yeah, shock them.
Amazing.
I'm in TikTok right now. Yeah,
And I love that 80-20, 80% problem, 20% solution, because that is 1,000% right. That's what's going to get you the follow. Because at the end of the day, people they know they have problems, but they're trying to suppress it. They're trying to hide it. They're trying to minimize it. And so by putting it in their face that, hey, listen, this actually is a problem, but then saying that you have the solution, you're automatically the authority figure. And Marie, congratulations, because that's massive.
That's a
I don't know
massive number for
too many people that are generating
No.
sales off of TikTok. So the fact that you have it down to a science is phenomenal.
I just got TikTok because of that. Like, you see the power of like sharing results.
100%.
I'm
Well,
on-
if you're looking
I'm
for
on
me, I'm under hashtag Zap Your Tap. So if you're looking for me on Facebook, that's my hashtag. Yeah, anywhere I'm Zap Your Tap or Stop Bottled Water. And I can't understand how I'm the only person using the hashtag Stop Bottled Water. That's crazy. But I am. So those are the ones, that's my two hashtags that that kind of and then I mean that's another thing for everybody else too, is building out your own hashtag. Find something that nobody else is doing, do a little research, you know, things that are catchy, and then attach it to everything you do. It's a really easy way, instead of like sending links and blah blah blah. Like if people want a lot of information, hey, here's my hashtag, go peek through it. And it also helps my team find inspiration, find posts that they can steal, they can copy and paste, they can share, that sort of thing. So I highly recommend creating your own hashtag.
That's awesome.
I remember seeing a lot of TikTok videos from other Enagic distributors of different things with the machine, the like the different parts of the demo shortened into little videos. So that's great. Like 20 sales that's 4A literally, like just off of TikTok, just off of
I
Hey,
should-
Josh, if you get on TikTok, man, you gotta let me know. So you gotta keep ass. It's gonna kill people.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on TikTok, obviously.
Yeah.
It's all about them. It's all about getting yourself out there in front of as many eyes as possible. Even Clubhouse. I gotta get Clubhouse as well. Like,
Join me on Clubhouse. I need a group. I'm opening a room. So connect with me. If you need an invite, let me know, like PM me or whatever. And I've already got another girl. I want to start a health and wellness based on water room. I showed up in a room yesterday with like a bunch of stem cell research scientists, and they asked me to speak. I was like, oh my God, like,
wow.
you know, I'm an ex-car salesman turned water nerd sort of thing, but I held my own. I lit the room up. Everybody on Clubhouse is ready to hear from us, but we don't want to go in there and be your general Enagic salespeople, right? Like there's so much repetition that people are tired of it. But if we can go in there and create a discussion about water being important to the health and wellness side of things, I think we can light it up. So yeah, let me know if anybody needs. I think I've got 6 invites right now. And I'm looking to build a room. All these guys were asking me what my room was called. And I was like, I don't have one.
Yeah, that's crazy because you can literally have the different categories. Because I know with Facebook groups and stuff like that, we have different demographics that we appeal to most. If we can take that and then put that into the whole Clubhouse vibe and TikTok, that's also going to pull. I've never tried any of those, so I'm kind of really excited to try that as well. You know,
yeah, I'll work with you on that.
We appreciate you for sharing, girl.
Yeah, thank you so much. Let's learn something new every day.
Definitely, Katie.
Wow, it sounds like I need to do some app downloading after this call.
Be a bunch of show.
Amazing info. Appreciate you all. Yeah, so Instagram, I can talk about like content and stuff a little bit. I know like I kind of have a handful of different like topics that I enjoy or kind of like go along with who I am, and I'll kind of switch between them, like rotate through. So for example, I have like I post some Enagic stuff. I post like some lifestyle stuff, and I like motivational like quotes and stuff, and I like nice views. So I take like basically all of that and rotate through posting each one, just so it kind of like lays it out in a nice way. And I usually post every 3 days ish. So usually I'll post something and then I will do nothing else with that post. And then the next day I'll put it on my story. So just like taking something about what you've written in your comments and then putting like a little bit of an eye catcher for people on your story. So they want to click on your post and they'll look through it. And then on the 3rd day, I go back and like look at all the comments, respond to all the comments, and like all the comments and stuff like that. So I think that there's some tricks within like the algorithm that makes your post pop up more to people if there's more engagement in a wider span. So yeah, it's like a good rotation to go through it and stuff. Does anyone have questions? I don't really know what else to say.
Katie, do you have like sorry, Katie, do you have a personal page and a business page, or do you just have a personal
Personal
Instagram?
business.
Yeah, and a side, or is it?
Yeah, it's interesting. Actually, when I first started, I made what I thought was going to be like my business account. And then I actually completely stopped using my personal one at all. So I found like it's just nice for you to put some of your personal stuff out there so people can kind of get like your vibe of who you are. So I find it more beneficial to add everything together so that like you're just coming off as like truly authentic and people can get along with you. And then that's when you can kind of sneak like more business and water and stuff in there.
So would you recommend sneaking more into your personal now, or like do you like have you integrated them completely, or do you still have them separate?
They're still separate, but yeah, like I said, I don't use the personal one anymore, but I do post like more personal things on that one. So if you already have an account where you want to just kind of add some more business stuff or Enagic at all, then I would just stick with the same one if you already have like a decent amount of people on there, and then you could just kind of build it from there. It's never too late to like switch up the whole look of your page and stuff. People will catch up eventually, and then it'll end up looking good down the road.
So you're putting on your class. When is your master class on how to fix your Instagram? After this call.
we can definitely hop on a call sometime.
Yeah.
Happy to answer some questions.
100%.
Same thing, if everybody wants to put their, like, I don't know if you guys can all say, like, Josh, I'm not sure, like your
My Instagram?
Yeah, like your Instagrams, and like Marie, your TikTok, and Aaron, I don't know if your videos are only on Facebook or if you are putting them anywhere else, or if you guys can, like, I don't know, throw them in the chat or something, because definitely follow,
sure.
right?
Yeah, we can throw it in the chat.
Definitely.
And grab them.
I'll go through the chat really quickly too, just to read off. I think there might have been some questions popped up in here. Natalie says, yeah, that usually tells you their pain point too. So this is referring to when you ask them what their favorite part was. I believe that's what she was referring to, that when you ask them what their favorite part was, you'll find their pain point. They'll tell you their pain point, right? So keep that in mind as well. Michelle asked the question, she just asked that question, adding to your personal page or business page. So yeah, in regards to Facebook, normally, especially now, Facebook has changed their algorithm so that pages don't actually get the same reach as they used to, right? So actually starting up a page, it's more difficult for you to get the eyeballs to your page. It's easier for you to just use your profile page and, again, do as Katie said, integrate your lifestyle with your business, right? So then that way you can be real, you can be authentic, they can feel who you are at your core. And then at the same time, if they resonate with your message, they'll reach out to you for more information, or they'll at least engage with your stuff and show you that they're interested, and then you can reach out to them that way. Yeah, so I would recommend definitely use your personal page, whether it's going to be on Facebook or on Instagram, and then because you already have people that you've added on there, right? If there's a problem with, like, you don't want to sound too salesy or you don't want to sound too businessy, what I would recommend is actually creating a post saying that, hey, listen, I recently just started a business venture, or I recently just started up a project that I'm super excited about, and I'm going to be sharing about it on my page from time to time. If you're somebody who's open-minded, or if you're somebody who's excited to see me on my journey, you're welcome to be a part, stay on my page. If you're somebody who's gonna get annoyed, I don't want you as a friend anyways. Unfriend me. 100%. And then that way, you've put it out there, right? So then people can see it. Some people are gonna like it, and then some people might even reach out and be like, what project are you working on? Exactly. Tell me more about this, right? And it's more organic, it's natural. So then that way you can still continue to post your lifestyle, but because you put it out there, you can start to drop some business content on there, and people would be expecting it.
Does Facebook still have that algorithm in regards to if you're not allowed to sell from your personal page because you'll go into Facebook jail? Like you're not allowed to like post like an actual sales things? Is that still on or no?
Well, yeah. With Facebook, like in terms of like buy my product, Facebook doesn't like that. And if you're looking to do a hard sale, we normally recommend adding your story using the exact same framework. So what it is like grabbing attention, right? You want to put something out there, just like Marie said, shock them, wow factor, right? Once you shock them, then you go into your story. Why is this information important and how this information has helped you? And then at the end, you do a call to action. And that call to action is like, you're not saying, hey, buy my $5,000 machine. You're saying, hey, reach out to me and I'll give you more information about what it is that we have to offer. The first goal is always get them to us, get them to watch the videos, or get them into the group, right? So I would recommend if somebody's interested, they want more information, you can send them, I would say send them directly into the group. We want to keep it as simple for you guys as possible. I don't want to give you guys too many points of action that you need to do. So send them into the group. We have the Elixir of Life group, and then we have the New Rich Syndicate group, right? So if they're product-based, the Elixir of Life, add them, tag them in videos. There's a video of Dr. Michael where he goes into the power of Kangen water from a doctor's perspective. He talks about his experience, right? So tag them in that video and then message them after, right? Do what we spoke about, set a time, let them know that you're going to tag them in a video and ask them when they're gonna watch it, right? So that you can reach back out to them, right? So if it's the product, do that in the Elixir of Life. If it's the business, then you use the New Rich Syndicate. And in the New Rich Syndicate, for those of you guys that are all in there, we have all the videos, the video of the comp plan, as well as the video of the product in there, right? So you can leverage that. Once you've add them, you tag them, you've messaged them, and you see that they're receptive, then you reach out to us, be like, hey, I have this guy in the group. He's watched the videos. He says he's ready. He wants just more information on how he can get started. And then boom, we're right in there. We get on the phone. Or what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna be coming out with a Calendly link for you guys to use. So you can just give it to your prospects directly so that they can just book a call with us on the fly. So you don't have to, you just edify, let them know that they're gonna be contacting us, and then you just send them the link so that they can book the call, and then we just go out and crush that for you. Awesome. So Aaron, everybody's asking about this teleprompter app, my man. What is the app called?
I can't remember shit, but let's see here. One that I use is called Nano Teleprompter. I know when I did my first, not my first video, because with my first video I didn't use a teleprompter. I started using the teleprompter when I started working with the mentor in November, because she said to use a teleprompter because that's what she always used when she did her infomercials. So I was looking around for different teleprompters, and that one just seemed like the betterish one. There are probably more expensive ones. I know I've seen people do their things with that they have the stand in front of them, that the angle of the mirror is all freaking confusing. But the thing I like about this one is that I don't know what it's called with Apple, but with Android it's called Nano Teleprompter. What I like about this one is that I can do a video with the teleprompter right on the screen, and I can still see the video. I can still see me. I can't see everything of me, but I can still see me. That's the main thing I like about it. One downside about it is that I can't stop it and slow it down unless I have my little click thing that I got with some of my lights work, but the click on the thing is so loud that I don't use it at all. Normally, if it's a video that I want to be 2 minutes long, then I will figure out a time period that it works for speed. I know with my tone of voice and the way I talk when I'm doing a video, I normally go to around 12 or 13 speed. That's normally what I go to. And this is this is one thing you just don't want to do. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Because I seen 3 people do this when I went to a 10X when I went to a 10X thing on Zoom. And he picked 20 people to show their products, you know, at the end of the thing. And 3 freaking people did this, and I just wanted to take my fist and punch them through the freaking. Oh my God, this is one of my biggest pet peeves though. Their eyes were just moving with the screen. They were just reading off the screen. They weren't looking into the camera, which you're supposed to do, you know? So you can pick the size of the teleprompter to fit your whole phone if you want to, but then your eyes are going to be moving along the screen of the phone. So what you want to do is you want to make it skinny enough close to the camera lens, wherever the camera lens is, but you don't want it too skinny where every single word is half words, you know? So that's what I normally do. I normally bring it small over there in the side there, and then pretty much go from there. And you just have to play with it. I played with it for so freaking long before I actually got it down. And you don't want to always use it word by word by word though, because your mouth just might start going rambling randomly, and then you're going to be a half a paragraph behind. So that's why normally with my lives, I normally only put key points and I don't have it moving unless I'm doing a professional video that like a 2 or 3 minute video for a landing page or whatever. That's normally the only time I go word by word. But yeah, I like it. It works out really good. But there's a lot of teleprompter apps out there, you know, like everyone says, Google them, go to YouTube, check them out, see what works best. All the teleprompter apps are going to want you to take their teleprompter app, you know, that's just how life rolls. So that's one I use. It's called Nano Teleprompter. So
Nano Teleprompter.
Yeah.
Awesome, my man. Thank you for sharing. And then on that note, Katie said, you know, when it comes to content, if you don't start messy, you won't start at all.
Nice.
Right? So it's not about how clean it needs to be. It's not about how professional it needs to be. It's just about getting started, getting into the habit of creating content. Powerful bars, girl. Let's keep going. Another note that Katie dropped when it comes to your content on Instagram, and this also works as well on Facebook, right? Which is keep an eye on the people that are consistently watching your stories, right? That is a good list of people 100%. To actually reach out to, right? So if you're posting on your stories, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Instagram, right? There's literally, they show you a list of how many people have been watching. And if you actually keep track of the names that you see, this gives you a list, right? That you can reach out to. And I know, Josh, you've had some interesting stories.
I was just going to say, one of the guys that I sold a quad to was someone that I don't know, but he's been following my stories. And all I did was reach out to him. He didn't message me. I reached out to him, right? So and started a conversation, just how you doing? But there's rapport built because he's watched my stories for a while. So it's almost like they're a part of my life, right? So it was a very easy start from like, how you doing, what you do, blah, 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 to like, this is the opportunity, right? And how I can help you. And then what I do to keep track of people that watch my stories, to make it easier, I just take screenshots. So sometimes I have 200 people watch my stories. I just take screenshots of I take 1, 2, like about, 10, like 6 screenshots, 10 screenshots, something like that. And then I can just go back, oh, this person, hey, how you doing? And I can message like 30, 40 people just off of that. I have leads. Out of those 40 people, there's probably going to be like, 5 sales, maybe 10 sales sometimes. So that's a good way to do it. You want to see who's watching your stories. That's very, very huge.
Natalie has a question here that she talks about. She says, do you only keep track of people watching your products as business stories consistently, or just in general?
Just in general. And the cool thing is this, like if you post, I never just post one thing per day. I post multiple. If I'm going to post in a day, I'm going to post like maybe at least 3 to about 5 different stories. If someone watches all 5, why are they watching my stories, right? They're maybe interested, maybe they're curious, or they just like the content. So either way, if I message them, it's not weird. They're watching my stories. They don't have to watch my stories. You know what I mean? That's why I usually post in my stories. Sometimes I post only certain things on my page. In your stories, you can post just whatever you want. You can be all about business as well. Obviously, you want to vary it, but only people that are into what you're showing will. It's almost like TV. You're not going to watch a channel or a show that you're not interested in. You'll switch the channel. If someone's watching your stories consecutively and consistently, it means they're kind of curious. Like they're curious in what, or they like what they're seeing. And so, yeah, you can message them. And if there are a lot of people, just take screenshots. So what I usually do is I vary it. Like I go to the end of the last story that I posted. I take screenshots of that because you know for sure that people that have watched all of them, they're going to be warmer leads. I don't take the beginning, those that watch the beginning one that much. More so like three stories into it or the end is where I start to take the screenshots, and you find out that they're all like hype on your stuff. It's always a positive experience. And yeah, it's easy to go from, what do you do? Ask them the form questions and then go to a solution. And it's easy because they know, they see what you're doing. They're like, wow, we see all these rank ups. What are rank ups? What's this product? It's very, very easy. So if you post stories, you have leads. Like you got people that are interested in what you're doing easily. Yeah. Has anyone used Marketplace? Interesting. Looking for business opportunity. Interesting. I know stuff like that back in the day, like even with Craigslist, deals were closed on Craigslist and stuff like that. But yeah, it's like these calls are very important because you get all these ideas. I'm stealing these ideas. I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna get deals. TikTok, we're in with Clubhouse. That is powerful. Yeah. Marketplace. Because a lot of people go there.
Yeah, I just I posted it this morning just out of curiosity because I was in some home-based business groups from Alberta, home-based Vancouver, and I posted it. And just as you were talking, it just popped up. He's like, are you still looking for people for the home business? I'm looking to start a home business.
Got a lead. Wow, that's why these calls, some people were on the call, they went off the call. That's information right there. So this is just Facebook Marketplace. I'm taking notes.
Yeah, and I just put free. I'm like, is anyone actually looking for a business without some auto ship? What did I say? I said without auto ship, starting at $0 down, and in the health and wellness industry, message me.
Wow. Wow. Oh my, wow.
Use like a picture from like sipping some water.
The creative mind is wow. You have a photo, so she's
on it.
No one's doing this. Like, this is a place. So see, guys, this all comes into the mindset thing. It's like when you start looking at the problem, like a lot of people are focused on like, I don't have sales. Oh, sales are not coming in. How do I get instead of looking at that, you want to focus on where can I get sales? You know what I mean? I'm like, what places can I go to get sales, and start thinking about, and you start, where can I meet people? I just need to meet some people. Like I realized this week that I'm not even meeting enough people. That's that's kind of where my whole, your network is your net worth came from. It's like, you can meet one person that changes your entire business. And so you should be constantly networking, constantly thinking about where can I get leads from? Where should I go? Like, you know what I mean? And put yourself in positions where, you figure leads will be. And when you start to think like that, those kinds of ideas will happen. That's an amazing idea, because a lot of people are on that marketplace. People are not really on Craigslist these days. They're not really, they're more on there. I know the business apps are good too, but a lot of times the business apps, people are trying to sell you their stuff, pitch you their stuff all the time. But this marketplace thing, wow.
It's incredible.
That's an incredible idea.
Awesome show.
Very well done.
Appreciate
you for sharing that.
100%.
Taking that right now.
So yeah, what we want to do is leave the floor open now. If you guys have any questions or anything that you want us to touch over, we did a little bit about communication. Michelle asked an excellent question in regards to bridging the gap, how to be able to essentially transition from form into the opportunity or into the product. So we spoke about that. We spoke a little bit about content. Posting on your page, whether you should be posting on your page, what you should be posting on your page. We spoke a little bit about go live creation. We had the boy come through, share his knowledge, and then we dove into some extracurriculars, the TikTok and the marketplace, and then we also had Katie come on and share her Instagram. So any questions about anything in regards to all of that, the group is here. We're open. We want to make sure that you guys leave this call confident moving forward, that you guys know exactly what you need to do in order for you to get people to us, get eyeballs to us.
Hey, could I chime in here?
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect. So yeah, with LinkedIn, that's kind of one of the things that I was looking into. What I get from that is it's more a source, the professional, so business to business. If people are looking to approach businesses, get them, this opportunity. Like there's a couple people out there that I've started learning from, and then that's also kind of led me over Facebook groups, things like that. So I definitely think LinkedIn is a good opportunity for people to check out.
Definitely.
I've done a little business to business. Oh, sorry, I just cut somebody off.
No worries, go for it.
I should turn up my volume. I was just going to mention on the whole business to business thing, always make sure to pair it with what they're doing. Because you never want to say, hey, like, I see you're a personal trainer. Forget that. Come be a water nerd with me. It's really good over on LinkedIn is to introduce them to how it could work with what they're already doing, whether they're a nutritionalist, a dentist, yoga instructor, that sort of thing. I'm going to go back on mute. I'm sorry, Andrew.
That's awesome, though.
And Josh, you're LinkedIn is right now. LinkedIn is from Gary Vee, and it is one of the best places for a small business and people that are starting off as an entrepreneur to get out there. And it's basically where Facebook was 10 years ago or 5 years, however old Facebook is, when you didn't have to pay for ads. You do have to pay. You will have to start paying for ads probably soon, but they do on LinkedIn, because when you share your business, and I mean, Gary Vee is solid with that, right? You got to hit up LinkedIn because there's so much out there.
Okay. Sorry, did you say that you can run ads on LinkedIn?
Yeah, you can. Very similar to Facebook.
You can. It's very similar to Facebook
too, and Pinterest is
free.
It's free.
Feel the wood rising over there. It's like on fire. Fire.
Ladies. Wow.
Yeah. There's like LinkedIn, Gary Vee, like the man is a genius for marketing and everything like that. And if you listen to his podcast, it's fire. And this podcast, listen to it from, if you want to know about right now what's happening, go listen to 2 years ago, because Gary has called it. That's why he bought in with Twitter. He bought in with Facebook. He just knows, he can see where it's going. He built it from everything,
very
right?
Powerful you say that, because I remember when Facebook ads were cheap. That's how these guys people made millions from like running ads on Facebook when they were cheap. Now they're expensive, it's saturated.
And he's been talking LinkedIn for about 2 years. Like, why isn't anybody on LinkedIn? You've got the whole market of people on LinkedIn. So yeah, I put on my Gary Vee shoes when I need to think about the marketing side of things, right? So what would Gary do is my bracelet.
I like that. And
think outside the box.
Content as well too. When it comes to content, Gary Vee is an OG. A lot of the concepts that we talk about literally came from his book, Jab, 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 Right Hook, where he talks about setting your prospects up, putting out value-based content that gets eyeballs, people curious, gets them intrigued, and then you have your right hook, which is the sell that essentially brings them into your opportunity or into your business. So Gary Vee is definitely a legend that should be followed for
He's
sure.
doing a lot on TikTok too. You watch
Mhm.
him on TikTok. Another thing that I was going to mention with the whole TikTok thing for you guys is like short videos are coming out because Pinterest has launched their short videos.
YouTube
So
is-
Insta's got reels, Pinterest has got something like pin stories or something. Everyone's trying to compete with TikTok. YouTube started YouTube
Yeah,
Shorts.
we got the reels. Yeah.
Shorts,
Yeah, and the reels, that's the only way I've ever gotten. So Katie, I could use some help on Insta. I don't really do a whole lot. I hit it a couple of times on reels. I think the most eyeballs I got was like 3,000-4,000. But for Insta, for me, that's like a ghost town. Like it's just my mom.
Twitter
Wow.
Yeah.
has their
Easy.
right.
That's awesome.
Social media, the social medias that are out there, there are some people that have mastered the craft. And like when I first moved to Vancouver, I worked for a global social media marketing company. So I like, if you guys need help, I don't play with the platforms in general, but I can tell you where your algorithms are going to tie in from your like doing your 5-4-3s on Facebooks and doing your videos and crossing over and how to simplify your marketing content. Like Josh he's doing his 5-minute lives. Make sure that the verbiage that you're using in your 5-minute lives that you've got from your teleprompter, you just basically covered your Facebook post for, put that in the exact same thing in the top of your video. You then use that same verbiage as you could put it on your Instagram verbiage, put your hashtags in, use your same video, and you're saving yourself time. Instead of having to type everything out again, use that same verbiage in a different post. And then you're cross posting, right? So that way you use that post on your Twitter and that brings you to a link onto your video. So make sure you multiple, instead of repeating yourself, use your post from before, right? So it's lots of great stuff. Follow Jessie Lee Ward for network marketing. Jessie Lee Ward is one of the best. She's one of the most powerful women in network marketing. And that girl is boss. I know her personally, and she's boss. And if you follow her, you'll be boss too. Like she's crowns up. Ladies rising is what she is. Like the girl just bought a Lambo truck, so she's pretty solid, right?
Oh,
Jessie Lee Ward, yeah,
go.
boss leader.
That's awesome. So yeah, guys, we are at 8:40 right now. So it looks like we've had an exciting call. This is like an hour and a little bit. We covered a lot, right?
Yeah.
There was a lot that was touched on. So definitely we're gonna have the recording sent out to you guys. But before we wrap this up, we want to first and foremost say thank you to every single one of you who showed up on here live. The ones who showed up on here are the ones who are hungry, who are putting in the work, who are going to get the results. The first step to success is showing up. On this call, we've been on for over an hour. There were so many things that we talked about. I hope you guys took notes, right? Because next it's just about implementation. So again, we're going to wrap things up. Make sure you're adding people onto your pages. Make sure you're keeping track of your numbers, right? Make sure you're adding people to the groups. Make sure you're keeping track of those numbers as well. And then make sure you're tagging people in the videos, whether it's in the product video of Dr. Michaels or whether it's the videos that are in the New Rich Syndicate group with the product and the business. And keep track of those numbers. Because next week, what we want to really dive into is the selling. What's actually going on in terms of sales. Right now, we have the pedal to the floor. If you've been watching our stories, you've been seeing it.
Hard.
Everybody that has been coming around us, the proximity, the energy is surreal. So again, if you guys are in Vancouver and you guys want to meet up, we're going to be doing some pretty amazing stuff around the city. So definitely stay posted, stay close. And we'll definitely reach out to every single one of y'all who are close by because, yeah, we want to help every single one of y'all succeed as quickly as possible.
Absolutely, yeah.
Until next week, guys, we'll catch you later. Remember, you're
Wait,
just
the book of the week. You almost forgot.
Oh, you're right.
This week's book of the week, as long as you're you make sure you're still listening to Your Wish Is Your Command, but How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Yes. I've had this book since I was in grade 7. And I did the Dale Carnegie course. It was fantastic. I might be older. But yeah, this is a book I need to read. This is my book from grade 7. It says Michelle Checkley 7B. So yeah, this is a fantastic book. Keep it, Dale Carnegie. This is the book of the week.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
All right. Alrighty,
All right,
guys.
take it easy, guys. Talk soon.
Remember, you're just
Thank
one
you.
Bye. Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Oh, fire call.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take it easy.
Carlos.
Carlos,
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, you. Yeah,
Right.
Carlos, stay quiet. We got you, boy.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
Michelle. We'll definitely chat soon, girl.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Peace.